We know very well, all of us who've gathered here today, that we cannot do this alone. Those are the words of National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan during opening remarks at a recent White House 30-country ransomware summit. He went on to say, no one country, no one group can solve this problem. Ransomware was once seen as a criminal menace. It's now developed and elevated itself to a national security issue, following cyber attacks on Colonial Pipeline and an international meat processor, JBS, over the summer. We often hear about ransomware gangs or criminal organizations, the quote unquote hackers, the cyber criminals, and how they're working together. We need to do the same. I'm Brian Kelly. I'm the Cybersecurity Program Director here at EDUCAUSE. EDUCAUSE is a nonprofit association whose mission is to advance higher education through the use of information technology. We equip our community with the knowledge, resources, and community building opportunities needed to help shape strategic IT decisions at every level in higher education. My role at EDUCAUSE is to bring our community together to address cybersecurity threats impacting our members. As my friend and colleague Daniel Elliott likes to say, we are collectors and connectors of dots, finding and sharing common solutions to shared threats. And ransomware is one of those threats. So how can we defend against it? And I think, again, back to community. For me, it always begins and ends with community, and working together is key. So you're here today, you're building on your community and your network, you're learning. I encourage you to keep it up. And there's so many resources that I want to share with you. They're out there to help you build your community. Here's a list, starting with, of course, we're in October, Cybersecurity Awareness Month, the NCSA resources. And these resources are so valuable for you, not only in October, but for the entirety of the year. I encourage you to come back and look at the resources. The Cyber Readiness Institute. Well, they've got cyber and readiness right in their name, and they're designed to help small and medium-sized businesses, along with small and medium-sized universities, and a myriad of resources to both help us as operators, but also help our employees learn more about being cyber ready. Encourage you again to look at their resources. And then the Cybercrime Support Network is really focused on assisting sort of the elderly or senior citizens in our community, veterans, folks that may be victims, right, or maybe targets of cybercrime, or more specifically for this talk, ransomware. And the resources, again, are useful before you're the victim and also afterwards, right? So what do you need to look out for prior to an attack, but also at the end? And then I have AARP on the list. Yes, AARP, they've got resources that, again, are good for us as employers to share with our employees, with our workforce, to help them be better educated about ransomware and what we can do. We all have a role, right? We're in this together. We're better together. It is a team sport, and this is why we need everyone to be involved. And then lastly, I have the Better Business Bureau. This, again, is a resource that we may think of for other areas or aspects of our business, but not necessarily around cyber security or ransomware. So I encourage you to take a look at those resources that are available there. And then lastly, I'm going to jump over to coming back to my slide, the last slide, on what we do here at EDUCAUSE as the cybersecurity program. Our resources are focused on higher ed, but many of the tools, the toolkits that we provide are available beyond just, or useful rather, beyond just higher ed. So I encourage you, regardless of what type of business you're in, to come and take a look at our resources. And then I started by saying community and connecting with each other. My contact info is here. Our EDUCAUSE pages on LinkedIn and Twitter. I'm on both LinkedIn and Twitter as well. I encourage you to reach out, to call, to email me. If I don't know the answer, as I said, as a collector of those dots, I may be able to help you connect with someone who is having a similar challenge or has already solved that challenge around how they're defending against ransomware in their own institution. So I encourage you to continue to build your community. We need to do this together, as the cyber criminals are doing. If we work together, we can succeed together. Thank you.